So now M's ego has gone a little bit further up the scale.
Yeah.
There could be no turning back.
No turning back for me.
No.
I can't reverse time. That's it.
Or ego. Well, you can, but M's not prepared to do that. So...
what you see as ego is actually just genius.
Yeah, ego. And so I think that's enough for people to chew on, don't you?
No, I'm going to challenge that ego point, I think. Right.
Because his ego won't let him do anything else.
First of all,
he has to challenge it.
As you know, I'm a member of certain Facebook groups. And one of the common answers to every single question on such a Facebook group is ego. One word. Ego, 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 ego. Everywhere, I hear it everywhere as the answer to whatever question you're asking. Yeah, ego, ego. It's just ego. It's just ego. Blah, 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 blah. You've no idea what you're actually talking about. When people say ego, it's just a label. It's just like, yeah, mate, whatever. Like, it's just an expression. It's just, it means nothing. It means nothing. The term ego means nothing. It just means fucking you. Doesn't it? I'm my own biggest problem. That's what that means. You're your own biggest problem. That's what that means. You got to deal with the shit that you made for yourself. That's what that means.
Yeah, right on. So deal with it.
It's not about size. The issue is not size.
No, it's not.
The issue is not size. It's how you use it, yeah?
And he does know all about this as well.
What I'm saying is, it's what you make for yourself. Yeah. What have I made for myself by saying that and coming across as having a big, in quotes, ego? Yeah. What have I made for myself?
Only someone with an ego as big as M's would refute the existence of such a thing. By the way,
it doesn't have a physical
only
size.
Someone who's got a massive ego would come out with that kind of counter argument to the ego.
What am I making for myself that I do not want?
I don't understand your question.
It's how you use it. When people say you've got a big ego, what do they mean?
You should know. You've probably had that question put your way quite a few times.
Oh yeah, I've thought about it a lot. See, like, it doesn't mean anything. That's the point. It's just a way of saying, you're talking too much, be quiet, pipe down. You should go back to being a little mouse and hide in your little hole. Yeah,
no,
and not
it
express
doesn't.
yourself.
No,
That's exactly what it means.
No, it doesn't.
It is.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, well, like, that's just your opinion, man. Yeah, it is my opinion. That's why I'm saying it. Yeah, you're not going to get my opinion coming out of someone else's mouth, so it's got to come out of my mouth, right?
It's not whether or not an opinion's going to come out of your mouth that's the problem. It's the opinion itself. That particular opinion,
that's got nothing to do with me, then. It's come out of my mouth. It has its own existence.
No, I don't think you can, deny that.
Deny what?
It has come from you.
I'm not denying that it's come from me.
So you have to take responsibility for that.
Not at all.
Yes, definitely.
What do I need to take responsibility for in what I've just said?
All of it.
You see, this is the thing.
It's you that's saying it.
Anyone listening can go yes or no, accept, reject. It's up to them. They don't have to listen like zombies and accept everything that I'm saying as it pours into their ear. You know? Ah, yes, M is right. I follow everything that M says because I'm a zombie. Yeah? That's not you, is it? Hello? That's not you. That's not you listening. You're not that person. So don't be that person. You're you. You can say, it's fucking talking shit, mate. I don't care. Fucking write a comment. Say you're bullshit.
Look, you're asking for it.
I don't care. Look, it's just words at the end of the day. If I don't like what you're saying, I press the delete button. Yeah? The delete button. Off it goes. Forever. You can write it again if you want. If you want to be really persistent, I'll press the delete button again. I've never needed to press the delete button in my life. Because I love to argue. Yeah? But if I wanted to, I could.
Yes, he does love to argue.
Right, so what I'm saying is, like, you're not a zombie. You don't have to take everything what I say at face value.
No, I don't. Don't worry.
So there is no problem here. There is no problem with me expressing myself and appearing, in some people's eyes, to have a big ego. Ooh, look at the size of it. Oh, let me get my tape measure out.
Oh, that is so childish, honestly.
See, that makes more sense. You're being childish. Comparing me to a child. Yes, that makes sense. Saying I have a big ego. Ego's like some Latin word as far as I know, yeah? And I've got a big one of it, even though we don't know what it looks like and it doesn't have any physical manifestation.
Ego denier. Ego deniers are usually the ones with the biggest egos, just remember that.
And the egos, the people that are saying, oh yeah, you've got a massive ego, they're the ones with bigger egos.
I don't have a big ego.
It's massive.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I can see it. It's huge. You should get it removed. It's disgraceful.
It's an abomination upon yourself. Dear me. Lipo and ego suction. That's what you need. You don't need lipo, but you need ego suction.
This is such a nonsense 2017 conversation. It's ridiculous, yeah? One person with an ego is telling another person with an ego to get rid of their ego. Look, if you really didn't have an ego, you wouldn't even be talking about the ego. You'd just be like, whatever, don't give a shit. But obviously you do give a shit, which means you must have an ego.
No, I just like to see you squirm.
I'm not squirming. I love this because you're just feeding me and feeding me. I'm just going, yeah, I love this. This is great. It's like a little dance floor on a disco. You're the DJ and I'm the dancer, you know? What am I doing to harm myself?
I don't know.
If that's the only question that has any relevance. Size of ego is not relevant. What am I doing to harm myself? If you can't see what I'm doing to harm myself, then there's really nothing for you to say against my behaviour.
I'm not really understanding. I'm not following at all.
If someone's behaviour, the only thing you can say about someone's behaviour that is critical in any way is if they're doing something to harm themselves.
Or the people around them.
You can't harm the people around them unless you physically harm them.
Yeah, you can.
Well, how?
Look at your family, honey.
What? Who's harmed? Where is the harm?
I remember a particular day out we had. Was it last year?
Yeah.
With a said relative of yours.
Yeah.
And basically, I think everyone was a bit mentally disturbed by the end of it, yeah? That is harm. Harm was caused. And it wasn't
really?
Physical. It nearly was.
Dislike was caused.
But,
dislike is not harm. Dislike is dislike. Harm is harm. It's permanent, you know? It messes you up.
Yeah, it does, pretty much.
It doesn't mess me up. I just go, I don't like it. Go away. Yeah?
No, that's not what you did, was it, honey?
Yeah, I did. I went overboard.
Yes.
I extended. I expanded.
Yes.
In fact,
Definitely did.
Deliberately so. But it wasn't harm.
Nearly was.
Well, anyway, my point still stands. What
So
am
we'll
I doing to harm myself that I should not be doing? Or what am I doing to harm other people that I should not be doing? Go.
Not listening to them.
That's not harming them.
Yeah,
How's
it
that
is.
harming
It
them?
is harming them.
Why?
Because it just...
Why does my ear listening to them harm?
No, it's not just about your ear listening to them. It's about actually taking notice of people. Engaging with people.
That's just not called... That's not harm. That's not... If I ignore someone, it's not harming them. I'm just giving them the space. You know, that's not harming in someone. And you know, you can't harm someone by not engaging with them. In order to harm someone, you have to engage with them.
You can harm someone by not engaging with them.
Don't be ridiculous.
It's like you have said to me before now that the worst thing I could possibly do is not argue with you, but is to be silent, not say anything. You find that hard to deal with.
Yeah, but that's on me. That's me harming myself, not you harming me.
So there is harm caused then.
Yeah, but
whether you want to say
myself.
It's you or me, there is harm caused, isn't there, by doing that? And you have actually openly said that to me in the past.
Yes,
that you'd
true.
rather I just, ranted and bollocked you for something or shouted or argued in some way than be silent and ignore and just walk away from you because you don't like that.
That's true.
It actually distresses you, doesn't it?
It distresses me, but I'm distressing myself. It's
No,
not
you're just
distressing me.
ignoring other people around you by saying that. You are.
I am ignoring.
Because you wouldn't be hurting yourself if that situation hadn't arisen. So it's not necessarily just you harming yourself. That's a result of a situation.
Ah, well, you see, this is where we disagree. The situation doesn't
We disagree
harm me.
quite a lot, but hey.
The situation is not what causes me the problem. I cause myself the problem. If someone doesn't want to talk to me and I get upset, that's on me, just as if I close the door to someone and they get upset, that's on them. Yeah? Just get the blame right here. If I get a cold shoulder from my wife and that upsets me, it's probably my fault.
It is usually.
On many levels. Right? So, that's where the blame is. It's not her fault for ignoring me, because of whatever reason. I mean, it's my fault that it upsets me.
So harm has been caused either way. So
No,
basically you're acknowledging the fact that harm can be caused even if it's not physical, which is something you denied earlier, about 5 minutes ago.
Harm.
Yeah, but it's not physical harm, is it? So what sort of harm is it?
It is physical.
It's not physical, is it?
It is. Emotions are physical. This was my point earlier. They're electrical. They happen inside your body.
No, but it's not necessarily the physical aspect of emotions that causes you harm.
It's emotional harm. Anyway, I was also talking about who's responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you've got a child and, to a certain degree, you could ignore them and that would be on you, You've caused them to come to harm by ignoring them. But
why is that on you then?
Well, because then they can't be expected to fully manage their own emotions properly because they're children. Yeah, they're still learning how to do that. So,
but don't you think people carry on learning to do that all the way through their lives, and that's like a spectrum as well, isn't it?
So if you don't give me the cold shoulder, I'm never going to learn how to deal with that.
That's what I've got to do then, is it?
See? You're giving me a learning experience by making me harm myself, allowing me to harm myself, and me to then realise, actually, I'm doing this to myself.
Let's put it this way, Em has to have really peed me off in order for me to give him the cold shoulder, because usually my trap gets the better of me and I just blurt it out there. So he knows he's really done it, if he gets that. That's like the end of the spectrum. And it's rare. Maybe I need to do it a bit more.
I think there's a certain element of, if you know someone's weakness, you can exploit it, and this is kind of one of my weaknesses.
And so I don't exploit it, I don't think.
It would be bad for you to exploit it, but I don't think you do exploit it. I think I just wind you up enough for you to actually do it.
Yeah.
It's my fault, really.
Well, I don't know. We're both very argumentative by nature, I think. Both a bit feisty.
And I think there's a certain truth to the sense that, by knowing someone's weaknesses, you can sort of twist them a bit.